Hello, everyone. See, no one is here yet, so let's just wait. Hello, guys. This is my first time on Facebook Live, so I'm trying to see what's going on and who is joined. Okay. All right. Okay. It's a little dark in this room. I apologize. And let me raise my chair up a bit. Oh, I should have been ready. Pardon me. Okay, this is better. Lynn, thanks for joining. Jobsina, darling, thanks for joining. Mabel, thanks for joining. Nakoma, Mohammed, Rebecca, France. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for joining me this afternoon. This is my very first Facebook Live, and I hope we turn my phone down so we don't have any problems with phone. This is amazing. Look at that. And I was nervous that no one was going to join. Thank you all so much for coming on board. This is great. I want to give just another minute or two to allow a few more people to join before I get started. But I'm really excited. Oh, wow. Let me take a little drink here. I'm thirsty, a little parched. This is water. Sparkling water. Abibatu, thanks for joining. Haja, thanks for joining. Tanya, my love, thank you guys. Elgin, sweetheart, thank you so much. I love you too. This is amazing. I'm gonna give just a couple of more minutes and to allow others to join us, and I'll get started. Good morning, Mr. Ba. Well, afternoon here in Atlanta. How are you? Nakoma, thank you. I'm gonna step away a little bit. I feel so low on this chair. Let me switch and find a better or convenient seat. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'm back. Thanks, cuz. Thank you, Jobsina. Gabriella, thank you. Thank you, all of you guys. Just give me another minute or two so we can give others an opportunity to join, and then I can get started. I guess before we do that, let me just say just a word of prayer. And Father God, I thank you for your opportunity that you've given me to be able to share this ministry to the world, not just to Sierra Leone. I thank you for each person who has taken the time to join me this afternoon to hear the vision that you have placed in my heart. These are my partners, these are my friends, these are my family, and some strangers that will soon become friends and family who are taking the time to do this with me. So I just want to speak a word of blessing over each of you. I thank you that God will bless whatever you put your hand on, and that your families are blessed. And just thank you, and thank you, God, for what you're doing in their lives. And as they also realize their dreams, they will be able to accomplish those things that you put in their hearts. And I ask this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Okay, I think I can, let me see, right now it's 1:04. Okay, one more minute, just another minute. And thanks for your patience and understanding. I feel like I am low. I need some support so I can sit a bit taller. Well, this is going to have to do. At least you can see my face, so that's what matters. John Bosco, my dear cousin, thank you so much. Mr. Akemta. Oh, wow. Thank you, guys. Getting some calls here. I see people joining from Sierra Leone. This just warms my heart to see all of you on here. So, in the interest of time, it's right now 1:04. And if I'm squinting, it's because I have on my extra pair of eyes. And I'm trying to get used to it. But first of all, for those of you that might be joining us that don't know who I am, let me just first start by introducing myself. My name is Esther KaiKai Young, born and raised in Sierra Leone, West Africa. Came in the United States about 27, 28 years ago to join my sister, Betty Sangoa. I would like to welcome each of you and thank you from the bottom of my heart for taking the time to join me and hear what has been going on with my ministry, and which is the Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach, Inc. I also want to give a little bit of a background about the ministry, because I know there are people that have liked my postcards that I've posted online that I'm not friends with and probably don't know a whole lot about this ministry. So let me just tell you who we are. Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach is a nonprofit Christian organization, and our goal is to help women and children of our country, Sierra Leone. We want to really help these children to have a better life with education, spiritual experiences, just grow up and have a life that will bring them into a place where they can be a contributing member of our society. And our ministry to the women is to help them realize their dreams. It's quite a lot of women who never had a chance to go to school in that country, but they want to do trades. What we will do is empower them with micro businesses, the way they can come to us and start a business, and we can help them to get started, but then they will pay it forward to either someone else or into the ministry or join hands with us to help these children. To give you a little background about myself, I am a licensed minister and also an ordained licensed minister. I graduated through Caris Bible College. I am also a licensed real estate broker right here in the state of Georgia, and I've been a broker for about 14 years. I am married to my husband, Elgin Young, who is my best friend, the love of my life partner, whom God has brought with me over these years, and we've had quite a journey in this marriage. He has been such a supportive husband. He's an American, so when you blend the two, getting someone from another country to come and join hands with you in whatever you put your hand to, it is a blessing to get that done. So I thank him for his support and all of my friends and family who's been here with me. Well, our goal with Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach is to start a building foundation at this point. We want to build an orphanage. Let me give you a little background. In 2010, my mother, Esther KaiKai, who truly is the matriarch and the visionary, I'd have to say, behind this ministry. In 2010, my mother decided, she wanted to retire, wanted to go home to Sierra Leone and start a life. So she made a trip with my sister Fatmata, who is in London, to buy property, to buy a piece of land, so she could retire home, build a home, and not necessarily an orphanage, but make it possible for her to be able to have maybe few women and children that she can adopt, because that's what she did. She fed whoever needed food. She took care of people. She was known by Mama KaiKai, Grandma Peppa. I mean, people from the 90s and on, well, maybe I would say even before they know who she is because of the heart that she has. She has just loved and loved and loved. A mother of 9 children who has expounded this love to whoever will allow her to. So when she started this decision and made the decision to move back to Sierra Leone, we supported her in that, and she went, I think in May, to purchase this property. She left Sierra Leone to come to the United States August, and arrived in my home August 14, 2010. She looks very frail, weak, and thin. I knew right off something was wrong, so took her to the hospital, and she was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. My mom passed away September 27th of 2010. That is the hardest thing I've ever experienced in my life. The pain of losing a mom that I've had and I've loved, and who's been there, who's been an anchor for us all of these years. Just like that, she was gone. My heart, of course, as anyone would feel, was filled with sadness. But the light that she left behind, the dream she started that she was never able to fulfill, I knew without a doubt that I needed to finish what she started. But this was a sad moment for me because the land that she died to acquire was stolen from us. So you can imagine the pain that I felt and wanted nothing to do with this. I literally was done. I was done with Sierra Leone. I went in 2011, did her memorial, and said, this is it. I'm out of here. I want nothing to do with this country. And it was there I heard that still small voice from God and said, honey, the journey has only begun. I knew I had to say yes. I knew I had to say yes, even though my heart was breaking. I came home, and when I came back to the States, I had all this confirmation from people that the Lord told them that I'm supposed to start a ministry. Masri is supposed to work with women and children. So I knew this was a ministry from God. It wasn't just me. It wasn't my emotion. It was Him leading, guiding, directing me to finish what my mother started. I thank my mom for giving me the opportunity to do something that I probably otherwise would have not done for my country. Because being in this country for 27, 28 years, I came here as a young girl. Part of me was more into the American culture and life, and I cared, of course, always for Sierra Leone. But there was a detachment because I've lived more in the States than I have in Sierra Leone. But nevertheless, my mother's death brought me to this place that I am today. So I do thank her. Even in death, she still speaks loud to my life and the life of my siblings, and I want to thank them as well. They've been extremely supportive in helping me with this ministry. Well, let me tell you what we're doing right now with Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach. I just got back from Sierra Leone a little over a week ago. Prior to my trip, I think you all recall, I believe it's August 14th, we had the mudslide in Freetown, and I left the States the very next day to go to Sierra Leone. The purpose for my trip was to purchase a land, a piece of property, to build our orphanage, the Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach. But of course, I got there and was greeted by this sad, very devastating situation that happened in our country that claimed over the life of over 1,000 of our citizens. You know, it's one thing to see these pictures and these images from America on WhatsApp, on Facebook. It's another to be right there in that soil, to see the devastation and the hurt and the destruction that this mudslide brought to our country, the pain that our loved ones endured. I was right there. I got to speak to people. I got to hug. I got to give our support from right here, from the organization, and to hear firsthand what these people have endured. And this is a country that just not too long ago went through the Ebola virus. And then in 1991, we went through a war, civil war that lasted for 10 years. So it seems like Sierra Leone is being through one thing after another, but the resilience of this country is unbelievable. The faith that they have to continue to press forward in spite of in spite of the pain, in spite of the turmoil, in spite of the problems, has just warmed my heart, and it just gives me the strength to continue on this path. So I stayed about a week in Freetown to help in any way that I could. And thank you to all of you in the States that sent support financially for me to be able to give to the ones who had been displaced by this devastating mudslide attack on our country. So I did that, and then shortly thereafter, I only had 1 week to go to Bo district, Bo town, this is in the southern province of Sierra Leone, to purchase the land for our orphanage. And like I said, the Lord was with me. He ordered my step. He orchestrated every single move. By the time I got there, I had Mr. Sina, who is the surveyor, that has been helping me. Mr. Sila is another surveyor who has been helping me. The chief, Boyma of Bo Town, who is an amazing man. These are people that have really been there to help me. Thomas, all of you guys that have just done your best. Mr. Aruna, my attorney, who walked this process for me and allowed me to be able to come back to the United States. In literally 7 days, I was able to acquire 2 acres of land. It has already been surveyed. It has been demarked and is protected. We have pillars all around this building with our sign standing in the front that says property of the Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach, no trespassing, with 2 numbers of contact in case anything funny was happening. That is, to me, one of the biggest accomplishments for this ministry ever. Considering that we started this process in 2012. We did not really get our 501c3, which we are a nonprofit organization, in 2013. And that's when we had the first fundraiser. And then we had a second fundraiser, and this would be the third one, which I will talk to you guys about shortly. To be able to accomplish this is just profound to me. It is a big deal to me. It is mind-blowing to see what God has done for us. And I know there is no way we could have done this without the support of each and every one of you who have given to this cause, whether with finances. Some of you have donated items that we could sell. Some of you have just prayed for us. I've had people call me and say, I only have $5, Masire. That is a small gift. And I look at them and said, what are you talking about? Every seed that has been sown into this ministry has brought me to where we are today. That is the reason we're able to have land to build this orphanage. And it's all because of you guys, because of your love, because of your commitment, and because of your desire to see something happen in the lives of others. We are so privileged in this country, in the United States. We have everything that we need. Yeah, we may have problems with traffic here and there, and we might have attacks and things that happen to us. But, you know, in the end of the day, we are that 1% of those that are living well. Yes, we may have sicknesses and things that are coming against us, but we know by the stripes of Christ we're healed. But we have a medical system as well. For those that don't believe in healing and want to go to a doctor, it's there. I'm talking about Sierra Leone, a place where most people don't know what a physical is. They don't know that because they don't understand that. You hear about deaths that happen in Freetown. Oh, this person went to bed and never woke up. What happened? There was a condition, there were problems, there were things leading to that point because we don't have a good medical system in that country. They died and never were able to get help. Something as simple as malaria. Something as simple as malaria claimed the lives of people. Women in childbearing and childbirth lose children in childbirth, and they die as well. And so there is a host of things that that country needs help with. And this is just a sliver of my part. This is what I am called to do, is to help to enrich the lives of these women and to help these orphans that we are serving. I currently serve 30 children that one way or another we involve with directly with education, helping them with schools, helping them with tuition, of course, uniform, food, and some level of accommodation. But with this orphanage we're trying to build, the goal here is to erect a 7,000 square foot building with a capacity to house 250 children. These kids would have the life that most children in Sierra Leone has never even dreamed of. they'll be able to grow up in an environment of faith. They'll be able to be loved, have that love, have someone hear about their day. How was your day? Talk to them about school. Talk to them about just how they are feeling. Discuss their future plan of what they want to become when they grow up. That thing that you would do with your child right here in the United States, the conversations you would have at dinner with your children here in the United States is what we will duplicate in Sierra Leone, in Bow Town, which is, by the way, where I was born. I was born in Bow Town, in the Bow district. And like God would have it, full circle, here I am doing this orphanage right there in Bow. So guys, just in a nutshell, that's what we are doing in Sierra Leone. The Lord opened doors. He made so much possible for me to be able to do this. So in addition to that, now because we have this land, the goal for this ministry is to raise $1 million. $1 million would help us to build the orphanage, to furnish the orphanage, to make provision for 6 months. We want to make sure we have 6 months advance, everything. Actually, for education, we want to pay up the tuition of the children far more in advance. And as far as food and clothing, we want to make sure that is provided. And we want to anticipate how we can use that money to, of course, pay for our staff. And guys, I know I'm doing a lot of talking, but please feel free at any point to ask questions. Ask any questions, give comments, and let me know that I am not just chattering alone. You know, I love to talk, but I would like to hear your comments. I would like to hear questions. I want to hear about concerns that you have, whatever it is, because this is a community. We are doing this together. We're doing life together. So feel free in the midst of my chattering to just write a comment, make a statement, whatever, so I know that you are there with me, okay? All right, so back to Sierra Leone. With what we're doing in Bow, this is, as far as I know, would probably be the largest orphanage in Bow, in Bow Town. And eventually, we will expand to other provinces. There are 14 districts in Sierra Leone, and we have 4 provinces. You know, I'm relearning my country all over again. So if I say something that is not right, Sierra Leoneans, don't call me yelling at me, just correct me and help me, because you know we've all been here for a while. But nevertheless, my heart is with these folks. My heart is in Sierra Leone. To continue, I make some little notes here to myself. Oh guys, I'm skipping around a little bit, so excuse me. I wanted to tell you also that along with us being a 501c3, we have board. We are governed by board members. And I also have what's called an accountability board members in addition to that. My board members are Tom Boyd. Tom is the director of Charis Bible College, which is the college that my husband and I graduated from. He's not just a director, he's also a friend of our family. His children are my kids. I love them dearly. They have been there with me. They are, and that's why we selected our board members carefully for a number of reasons. I also want to talk about Ed Elliott. He's the founder of Word of Life, World Outreach. I love something about Ed is the extensive work that he's done in Africa. Probably about 2 decades he's been there, training pastors, training leaders to help them, to equip them, to help their people, their ministries, and to work alongside the culture. Too often we have people that leave other countries, come into, say, Africa or other parts of the world, and just want to force their way of doing things into these people's lives, instead of learning the culture, understanding the needs, and saying, hey, how can we be of a blessing to you? This is what my board members have done. They have not just stepped in to take over or control anything. They have come alongside and said, Master Ray, how can we help? We are not from that part of the world, but we know you. We know your family. We know the love. We know Christ, and we know his heart for others. So that's what we want to do. How do we help? So that's how I prayed over the people that God wanted us to work with as far as the board. Amanda Henderson is also a graduate of Charis Bible College. She's a dear friend of mine. And in addition to that, she's an engineer. She's smart. Amanda is a firecracker, wonderful young woman, just a blessing she's been. She's also my monthly partner. She donates to this ministry on a monthly basis, actually, and that's something I want to encourage people to do. You can donate. You can partner with us and donate as little as $20 every month for these children, and it goes 100% of everything in this ministry goes to our children. Nothing is left for us because we have our own lives here and we're able to support ourselves. And last but not least, on my board, it's my husband, my life partner, as I said earlier, Elgin Young, who also is a graduate of Caris Bible College. He works for Delta Airlines, and I've been there for 3 decades. He's an amazing man. We are blessed. I'm so blessed to have him as my partner. We have a son, Carrie is my stepson, and we're blessed with 3 wonderful, amazing grandbabies. I love those kids so much. In addition to my board, I have what's called an accountability board. Of course, it is self-explanatory. These people keep me accountable, make sure I do what I'm supposed to be doing. And they are my pastor, Pastor Van Smith. I love this man. He's like my father. He's been there for me. Pastor Regina, I love you too. They've been there. They've supported me. These are the people that buried my mom. When my mom passed, it was the church, the Solid Rock of Atlanta church, that actually did the funeral. There was not a seat left empty in this church. It was such an overwhelming day, but they came forward and just did everything they could to help to make this the best experience as much as possible considering the circumstances. So he's someone that I know will keep me accountable. He's one of my accountability partners. And my dear friend Beth Steiner. Beth is my legal mind. She was a federal prosecutor for many years, and she's very thorough, and I need people like that around me who will keep me honest. Not to say I'm not an honest person, but I need people around me that are going to correct me, that are going to help me to grow and to serve this ministry well. We are handling the monies of people like yourself, donors. I need people who've done this before or who have been in ministry that can guide and direct me and show me. I've been in ministry for quite a long time. I've learned from the back, from behind the scene, how to run a ministry, how to work with leaders, how to build leadership. That's been my path for over 13 years, 13 plus years. So I understand leadership. I understand building ministry, but I don't know it all. I have to have help. I have to have the support of people like these fine young men and women who are on my team. And also I have my brother, Alusain Fofana, who is also part of my accountability board. I needed him on board for a number of reasons. One, I needed him to be able to help my board members to tell them about the culture, encourage them to know our culture and to understand the things that Sierra Leone has been through, how they can be of help, to get an understanding that they otherwise would not know except through what they read online. And I wanted someone that can authentically speak about this culture in the best of ways. And of course, I'm also a part of this board. So we bring this together. A question that I have a lot, people ask me is, Master Ray, why do you have all these foreigners on your board, on your team? And it came from a past conversation I had with people that said to me, every time Sierra Leoneans, quote unquote, have ministries, they load it with their friends and their families from Sierra Leone, and then no one ever sees what's happening in the ministry. No one sees the money in this ministry. They just spend it however they want. So, I listened to that and I said, you know what? I'm going to select people that are non-Sierra Leoneans, and I'll have one person from my culture, from my background, who is not the majority and would not be able to in any way change the outcome of things if I'm doing things wrong. These folks that I have on my team can ask for me to step down from this position, because if I'm not doing what you guys are asking me to do, and if I'm not doing what the monies that I receive are supposed to be done with, then they will tell me, no, you cannot do this, and will not look back. So I figured I want to stay accountable, and I need to have people that are not family by blood, even though now we're family as a result of life, and they are my Christian brothers and sisters as well. They would hold me accountable, but I wanted to make it clear, and I wanted people to have peace that the people that I have affiliated myself with will do the right thing, will serve this ministry well. And again, it's quiet here. I feel like I'm just talking alone. Can you just communicate here? Likes, make comments, ask questions before I get to other aspects of the things that I would like to talk about. I'm also going to put a link onto this website before the end, to give you all a chance. I don't know if maybe I can do that as I speak. No, I can't. I wanted to put a link on here to encourage you to purchase your tickets. I cannot do it while I'm talking. I'll actually have to bring down the browser in order to do so. And so I'll wait till the end of the conversation, and I will post a link right on this page where you can just click and buy your ticket if you haven't done so yet. I really encourage you guys to do that, because I'm having to give an head count to the hotel in a week or less before the event to prepare for that amount of people. That's the number of food that will be prepared for the fundraiser on September 30th, in 2 weeks from today. So I want to make sure we have food for everyone. I'm going to have some extras, but I don't want to count on that. I do encourage you to please go online and purchase your ticket now, or at the very least go ahead and RSVP, or go on the invites page and click will attend. That way I count you in and make sure we have food for you when you show up on September 30th, and it starts at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock prompt. We will start on time. I promise you that. We will start on time. Okay? So talking about the board members, you have a background about the board members, you have a background about the land that we just purchased. All of that, those videos will be shown on the day of the fundraiser. And also, if you go to the website, I have uploaded a few things about the trip to Sierra Leone. Let me look at my notes here. What else do I need to talk about? And then, the fundraiser. This is in 2 weeks from today. And I decided to do dinner and ballroom dancing, specifically for others, but my community. We do dinners, we do dancing, but I've never been to a true ballroom event within the Sierra Leone community. That's one of the reasons I wanted to do it. There's a lot of us that want to be involved in ballroom dancing and salsa and Latin American dances, but we just don't have an opportunity to do it. So this will be a mixture of all of that. We can never have an African event and not have African dancing. Of course, that's going to be a big part of it, but it's also going to be an opportunity for you to learn something different. If you've never done waltz, salsa, merengue, all of these components will be brought in on this event. Questions that I have from people: well, I don't want to come because I don't know how to dance. Okay, guys, think of what this ministry represents. You are coming to support an effort. You are coming to support the organization to help to build this building. So you do not have to dance, and you don't have to have a date or have a dance partner. You can be there and have community and just fellowship with others, enjoy the music, enjoy the food, watch and learn. I would have a dance instructor there that could teach people that want to learn how to do a little bit of a salsa maybe, or foxtrot. They will be there for that. So come and enjoy, partake of something. If you've never done this before, what a great, loving, kind woman opportunity and environment for you to be able to do that. So I would like to have each and every one of you there to support me. The tickets are $65. I believe that is reasonable, because we really we wanted to do more, but I just wanted to make sure I kept the number minimal, to give everyone an opportunity to be able to come and be a part of this event. I want to open this up now. If you can hear me, guys, can you say hi, say something? I see I've gotten a few likes, but it would be helpful if you can say we can hear you, or something like that, so I know that you are in this conversation with me, and then I can continue on. You guys are not even quiet bunch. I'm looking at your names. You are not even quiet bunches, and now you're acting all quiet. So say something. There you go. There you go. Good. All right. I've seen a few likes. I've seen a few hearts. I know that a couple of people said they had questions for me regarding this ministry. Can I please have those questions now? I think I wrote down a couple. Okay, one of the questions that I've had was, Masere, why an orphanage? Why not just place these children into homes? Currently, there are people there that would like to take one or two of these children to assist. Why not do that and have them in a family environment, as opposed to just have an orphanage and it looks so institutionalized? Why not do that? And that was a really brilliant question that someone asked, and I want to tell you why. A lot of these families have issues of supporting themselves and their children. They're struggling to help their own families. If I were to place a child into these homes, I would honestly just have to give just enough and a little bit more for that child and to support that child. But when you're dealing with people who are already struggling financially, their own family need to be supported. So it really is it's heart-wrenching for me to do that and just say, oh, here's $20 for my child that you're raising, and take care of that child, when this person doesn't have money to feed and care for their own children. And secondly, we are trying to have a whole life ministry for these children. We want to raise them in this is a Christian organization. That is the background that I bring to them. By no means would we refuse any child if they're not Christian or not, but as long as they come in knowing that's what we are, that's what we stand for. We want to raise them to know and love God. We want them to know they're not forgotten or not abandoned. We want them to be loved and understand the values that we have designed for this ministry and for these children per se. I need them to know what it looks like to wake up in the morning and have someone present with them to love and hear them, to talk to them. If they have anger issues, if they have whatever they are dealing with, we will be there to address those issues. We have people that are paid staff to take care of these children, and not a mom who has to go to work and come back and feed the kids and take care of the kids, and really maybe I don't have time to do their homework. I don't have time to help them with their issues at school. I don't have time to deal with the issues they came with from being abandoned, from being left or being orphaned. That's a mental health issue that we have to deal with. I don't want to turn that onto a family to have to deal with that. I'd rather have this child come into this environment of love and learning and become everything that they need to be, and maybe then they can come into a home and are able to fit neatly into a family dynamic. Those are the values I want to instill in these children. I want every single one of our children to leave this organization or this orphanage knowing that they are capable, they are equipped, they are everything that they want to be. Their lives are complete. I want that for our children. I want them to leave our orphanage. I don't even like to use that word, but that's what it is. To leave our home and go into a transitional home after they graduate a high school, and be in an environment where they're going to learn how to take care of money, pay bills, how to support themselves, how to help others, because that's the point of this. Not just to come take and just go on. No, you are going to learn how to be a giver. You're going to learn how to be a blessing to others. You're going to learn how to be kind. You're going to learn to know God is love, and you know that. You're going to have a foundation in spite of your upbringing, in spite of you being abandoned, in spite of your parents leaving you or orphaned, parents dying. You are not alone. Those are the values that our children are going to have. We want to be able to support them in every area of their lives. We want to have tutors. We want to have people that can come to this organization and tutor these kids and help them and teach them. And I have friends right now in the United States that are just waiting for this building to be built. We're going to have a wing for our missionaries that are coming. They will have a place to stay right next to these children and support them. We have teachers in the United States that want to come and help with teaching these kids. We have doctors, friends of mine, that want to come to help immunize the kids, to help them and do all of these things that our children need, that any other child here would have. It's the same lifestyle that I intend for these children. So that's one of the questions I was asked. Another question is, how would you run this orphanage when you live in the United States? How do you know that the children will be cared for? Well, of course, an orphanage is a more controlled environment with caregivers that will inquire of. We want people that are going to, first of all, take care of the safety of these children, to protect these kids. Their safety is our paramount need, our paramount concern, is that they are safe, they are not abused, they are not. I don't want people yelling and screaming at them. Do I want them disciplined? We will talk about what that means, what that's going to look like. But we want them to have the very life that my child, my dear Carrie, the way he was loved, the way he was taken care of, will be the same measure of attention that I want for these children. Yes, I live in the United States, but in just 3-4 months, I've been in Sierra Leone twice. I have siblings. Right now, I have a nephew that lives in Sierra Leone. He lives there. I'm a family of 9, and each person is going once a year. That right there just covers 9 months, and I am going to go maybe 3-4 times a year. So actually, my orphanage would have someone in just my immediate family. Every month, one member of my family will be in Sierra Leone once we start this building project. So there would be a presence of the KaiKai family actively in there. And this is not to mention my board members, who each will be joining us. My board members will be coming to Sierra Leone as well and upkeeping. I literally have over 40 people that every year will visit this orphanage and make sure the children are cared for. Make sure the caregivers have been checked properly and that they are well able to raise these children. These are not just people that want a job to raise kids. These are people who would go through a training, an active training that we're working on right now, to be able to handle these children, to be able to handle their personal situations, their circumstances. Each one is not the same. They all have different things that they come to us with. Some of them were abused, some were raped, some were molested, some just were being withdrawn because of what they've seen throughout the years. And how about the young adults? How about the young adults who were raped? How about those that went through the Civil War? All they know is killing and lies and cheating and abuse. We are going to need those young adults. We're going to have a training system for them as well. They cannot live with us because they're grown, but we'll have things in place to help them to become normal human beings. Kids that were born from 1990 to now, almost 3 decades, their entire life has been turmoil, war. This is all they've seen. Our country is very unstable. So the instability that they have endured, thanks to their parents and the leadership of our country, who I'm sure are doing the best they can to show them something different, but it is not easy. But what we want to do in this organization is to bring some type of organization in the lives of these children. Do you know what that's going to look like for a child to wake up in the morning and have someone say, "How was your night?" A question that never been asked. Something as simple as that is what these kids will have to experience. People say, "Oh, what's the big deal?" It's everything. Your child wakes up from a nap and have a nightmare, and to have someone walk there and say, "Are you okay?" That's what a child should expect. These kids are going to have that. I will make sure of it, that they have that. So we are not just having a building and just taking kids and collecting money. No, this is not it. This is a ministry that is going to bless these children. It's a ministry that's going to teach them. We are rewriting history here. We are going to let them redefine the life they want and the future that they want. We will be the support. We will be the guide for these children. We will be the light. Through us, they will see God. Through us, they will see Jesus. Through us, through you, the donors, through you that are on this line right now listening to me, they will see Jesus. They would see love. Not just words. Because it's good. It's okay to tell people, "Oh, Jesus loves you," and but they want to eat. You hear me? They want food. They want education. They want to rewrite their story. They want to give it a better end from what it's been. And through this ministry, that's going to happen. I know that as long as I have breath in me, it's going to happen. And as long as I have the support of you guys, my friends, my family, the tons of friends on Facebook that now have become family, your support is so highly regarded. I cannot make light of it. There's so many people that have supported me, that have made this possible. I cannot say this without talking about my family, my husband, my sisters, Betty, Comfort, Jaya, Joshua. Who else am I living? Fatmata, Paco, Dauda. Oh gosh, who are my siblings? I'm forgetting you all of you know who you are. Alusain. All of you who have held my hand, hands up. You have supported me. You have been there for me. You don't like being in front of the camera, but you've been behind the scenes. Jai, you have been a pastor for this ministry. You've prayed for us. Betty, you are my rock. You are just there to see that everything happens. You get it done. When I am weak, you guys have been that strength for me. Comfort, you are there supporting us, the eldest of all the girls. You are our mommy now. You've been there. You've supported. Fatmata, you are the quiet ones, but you are strong and resilient. You've been there. You've supported me. All of you, Paco, my baby brother, you in Spain, your English, we're struggling to communicate, but you are there. You are there. My nieces, my nephew, Zainab, Ibrahim, Sheikman, Esther, all of you, you are there with me. Not to mention my extended family from Elgin, the young family, Miss Faye, Miss Clara, Solid Rock, my church, my school, Caris Bible College, my friends and family, Sierra Leoneans, Georgians, the people right here in Atlanta, my folks from ATL, my aspirants, Mr. Mohammed Siba, you have been there. You've flown with me to Sierra Leone. You have helped me with orphanage issues. You've taken me to places that I did not want to go alone. You have left your campaign to come with me. Your mom who hosted me while I was there this time. There is so many. I don't want you guys to be mad at me because I know I'm going to leave someone out. But I just want you all to know that I'm not doing this alone. I don't even dare think I'm doing this alone. I have your love. I have your support. I am so proud of this ministry. I am so proud of what God is doing through this ministry. I am so proud of each and every one of you. That's why I'm asking you to help me, to join hands with me. There are so many ways you can partner with me. You can, first of all, I want to see all of you at this fundraiser at September 30th, 2 weeks from today. We have changed venues and I have posted the new flyer that says where it is now. It is now going to be at Atlanta Marriott Northwest, and I think the address is 200 Interstate North Circle Southeast, yay, Atlanta, Georgia 30339. If you were for whatever reason did not get this and go to that the old venue, they will redirect you. It's literally 1 minute away from the new location. So don't fret. If for any reason you go to the wrong location, we will redirect you. There will be someone there. The hotel themselves will be there to point you in the right direction. But I have posts everywhere on Facebook. Not all of the people I've invited are on Facebook. So if you know someone who's not on Facebook that wants to come to this event, please do me the honor of sending them the new postcard of the new address. So that's one way you can support me. You can come to this fundraiser. Tickets are $65. At the end of this call, of this Facebook Live, I'm going to put a link on here where you can just click and buy your tickets right here on, or you can go to our website, because the link that I have is a PayPal link. If you say, well, I don't want to do PayPal, I want to do a different way, you can go to my website and you can change the link and go from PayPal to just use your credit card. If you're one of those people that say, oh gosh, I don't want to do any of that, I want to pay cash, do me a favor, go on my Facebook page and just actually on the Evite and say we'll be attending, because everyone that is attending, I've already made sure you will have food ready for you at the event. And so I just want to make sure I have enough food for everyone, because the hotel has to cater for the number of people that I say will be attending. So which means on the day of the event, food will be prepared. So I want you all to please go ahead and buy your tickets. That's one way you can help me. Number two, you can adopt a child. You can be a monthly partner. For as little as $20, you can help with a child's education. That's another way you can help support this ministry. Every month, you can either send the money by mail, you could do it through your bank, and it can be directly deposited into our account. I have partners that send me a link from their bank every month. Some of them go directly into my account. Others give me their credit card and say run it every month. Some people give $20, some give $100, some give as much as they want to. So I don't want to limit you to give 20. If you want to give me $1 million, that's actually my goal for this building project, I'll take it. And 100% of your giving goes to the children. Now, there are a lot of huge organizations that you all know, big names. Only 40 to 60% of your money goes to the causes that you give money to, because you trust them and say, oh, they've been around for so long, they've been here forever. But do you know that more than half of your money doesn't go to relief funds that you think they're going to? A percentage of that goes to them, and only a small number goes to the organizations. With us, 100% of what you give us is going to these children. So I stand proud to say you can trust that. And you can ask for paperwork to see what we're doing. You can give a one-time donation. You can give every month. You can sponsor a child. There are ways that you can give. You can do it now on our website. You can do it on the day of the event. However you see fit, we can do that. I've been talking for 51 minutes, and not one of you have called and asked a question. Come on, guys, let's communicate. Or maybe it's me. I have never been on Facebook Live before. It's my first time doing Facebook Live. So maybe you have asked questions, and I just don't know how to find it. Okay, I'm scrolling to see. All right, here we go. Bernadette James say proud of you. Thank you, sis. All of you guys say you just joined. Isa Tajawara, keep on doing the good job. May God bless your good intention. Thank you, sis. Lamin, oh, there you go, my friends from London, my brother from London. Keep up with the fantastic job. Thank you. And here is my aspirant, Mr. Mohammed Siba. Congratulations on your orphanage projects, Master. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leoneans and non-Sierra Leoneans should help you raise the funds for the worthy cause. Good luck. Thank you, Mr. Ba. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And Bernadette, you came here again. Question. You said for people interested in opening orphanages in Sierra Leone, what advice would you give to encourage them to fulfill their dreams? The first thing I want to say is know that you are called to do this. And that's it. You don't have to know everything else. Take me, for instance. I'm not a mom. I don't know anything about children. I am a stepmom to Carrie. And it's through that young man that I learned a few things. And of course, my nephews that I helped raise. But I believe the vision and call that God had on my life first and foremost. That is so key. That is so important. You have to believe that God has given you a ministry. And when you know that, say, faithful is he who has called you, who also will fulfill it. Once you have that, the people will come. Let me tell you all something. When I was in Sierra Leone getting this message from God that I'm supposed to start this ministry in 2011, and I had made a decision, when I come back to America, I am done with Freetown in Sierra Leone. This country is just no good. All these negative things that I spoke out of my mouth. My dear friend who is a board member, Malika, got a word from God when I returned back. She said, Master, I don't know how to say this to you, but the Lord just showed me that you are going to start a ministry with orphans. And I cried because no one knew that but me and my husband. That's it. So right there, God gave me a confirmation for me to be willing and to know that, okay, I am setting the pace for you here. So that's the first thing. Know that you know you're called to it. You don't have to know everything else. And then gather people around you who wants to support this dream. It could be your husband, it could be your children, it could be your best friend. Share the story with them. Share to them what you're trying to do. Then take a visit. Go to Sierra Leone and determine where you want to have this thing done. For me, it was always Freetown, but then I realized quickly, Freetown is too expensive for me to do this. 1 acre of land in Freetown was quoting me $50,000, just the land. It doesn't include paying for all of the things, the inspection, appraisal, and all of that. That doesn't include it. So I would have been paying $60,000 for 1 acre of land. So the wisdom of God said, no, we're going someplace else. Went to Bo. And it resonated. As a matter of fact, Mr. Mohammed Ba was the first person that said, Master, have you considered doing this someplace else that you would be able to get started now instead of waiting to raise 50,000? And I said, oh my God, sorry guys, it's something in my eye. So Mr. Ba, thank you for allowing me to see things quite differently. And my husband also came on board. And then all the others that said, go ahead and do this. And now imagine 60 grand for land in Freetown, 1 acre. I was able to get 2 acres in Bo for 1/3 the amount. So allowing other people to speak into your life. Not everybody should speak into your life because not everyone has the best of intentions. But go to your wise counsel. Speak to those folks. Tell them. Pray, first of all, pray about it. And let God show you who these people are and bring them alongside. And even if you haven't been to Sierra Leone in 24 years like I was before I went, God told me what to do and I followed. And that is how I started my ministry. Have people around you who will be willing to go back and help you. You might think, well, I'm here and they're there. How am I going to know everything is going to be done well? You will cross that path and I will be here to help. So call me if you are interested. Inbox me and I can show you what I did and how we were able to get there. Number 2. Yeah, I think I already said that. Go to Sierra Leone. Visit the country. See what's happening. Talk to the locals. I went to Bo. I met with Chief Boema. I told them what I was doing. I asked for their blessing because they are the leaders in that community. I looked for the surveyor. I found some of my friends and family that lived in Bo. I reached out to them. And right now I have a village. Literally, I have over 100 people in Bo that have my back. While I'm here in the United States, my land is being watched like a hawk. No one will touch it like they did in Freetown. They stole our land that my mother died getting. Okay, that's number 3. Make sure whoever is helping you to acquire your property or your land, whatever you decide to do, if you have a building that's already built, make sure the owners of that property are the owners. Do your due diligence. Please do your homework. Learn from my experience so you do not have to go through what I went through. Get a team of trusted advisors to help you right there in Sierra Leone as well as here. And be in communication. Don't just disappear from the scene. Have someone that you talk to every week and make sure your property is being watched. And then when it's time to build, be there to make sure all of the properties, all of the supplies are being used for your property and it's not built in someone else's house in another nearby neighborhood. Yes, it happens. They will take your materials elsewhere and build their home with it. So trust your builder. Have a relationship of trust with your team. That in a nutshell. I want to move this right along because I've been talking for exactly 58 minutes and I want to wrap it up in about 10 minutes. Let me see what Hoppy, my dear church member, says. I admire your work so much. This is true religion. As the scripture says, I look forward to being a partner with you in the work. And I'm believing for God's continued and ever increasing blessing up here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And Caddy Y, I'll be there in spirit. I know you will. Thank you, sis. Appreciate that. Hello. We hear you. Thank you, Judy. Appreciate that. Daniel Brewer, hear you loud and clear. Great. Abi, good job. Thank you all. Fatmata, how do you advise people who want to start ministries in Sierra Leone? This is amazing. Same question. I hope I have answered that for you, Fatmata. And since they live here in the States, that's how you do it. Fatima, hi, hey there. Mabel, my dear sister, loud and clear. Bernadette, carry on. Okay, good job. I'm glad you guys are all here with me. So guys, I want to really wrap it up now. There is so much I can talk about this ministry till Jesus return, and I don't want to do that. And it's Saturday. It's a wonderful, beautiful weather here in Georgia. I'm doing this from my office in my home, and I don't know if you can see. Look at the weather. Look how beautiful it is outside. Oh, you cannot see. Oh, sorry. I wanted you to get a glimpse of this great weather here, but you're not going to be able to see it. But nevertheless, I want to wrap this up by saying a few things. One, Continue to pray for us. That's one of the things I need for you to do. When I say us, I mean Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach as a ministry and Sierra Leone as a country. We have had one hit after another hit after another hit. We've had war that lasted almost 11 years. We lost thousands of our citizens. We just went through that, and then Ebola came. 3,000 or more people between Liberia, Guinea, and Sierra Leone that died. We just got through that a couple of years, not even 2 years ago. And here we are now with a mudslide and 2 or 3 floods. You have to know this, Sierra Leoneans. We are not God-forsaken. Because I hear people say things like, we must be cursed. Absolutely not. I am a child of God, and if I am in Sierra Leone, and all of you that are children of God, you better believe the presence of God is in that country. And as a result, I don't care how many voodoo crazy people want to say they are there, the angels of God encamp round about us in all that we're doing. And it will keep that country safe. And I want to speak to my friends here in the United States that took the time to go to Sierra Leone and start ministries, like my Pastor Regina's brother, who went to Sierra Leone to start a ministry over 20, 30 years ago, well before I even knew these folks. They planted a seed in that country, when guess what? I am the harvest of the seed that they were planted in that country. I am the harvest because here I am today in their church, the Solid Rock of Atlanta Church. A pastor whose brother went to Sierra Leone 30 or more years before I even came to this country to support our people, and were there for years. And then I showed up in their ministry. And this is the same ministry that buried my mom. This is the same ministry that is a monthly partner every single month. You imagine, do you think this is an accident? This is a God thing. So Sierra Leone, don't you dare think that you are God forsaken. There are so many godly people all over the world that are praying for us, that are holding hands with us, that are believing for us. These children that are growing up in this ministry, they are going to change that country. They are taking it to a different level. What I am starting for the next 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years, these children are going to sign their names to it. And our country is going to have everything God created it for. Meaning the great, wonderful leadership, godly leadership. From the top to the bottom, they will know truth. And that truth will set us free. It will make us free. So right now, I'm going to close by saying thank you to each of you who have taken your time to hear me go on and on about my beautiful country, Sierra Leone. And you people in my second home. America is my second home. You are my family. You are my friends. You are my confidant. I love you guys. My friends in London, in Europe, all over the world. I have friends everywhere. I have family everywhere. Thank you for your continued support. I am really hoping to see you guys at this fundraiser, September 30th. This year marks the 7th year anniversary of my mom. On September 27th will be her 7th anniversary, and I want to celebrate her on that. I celebrate her every day, but I want to celebrate her grandly on this event, so I want you all to be there to join us in this effort. I want to say a big thank you to my husband, Elgin. You are my rock. You've been there for me, sweetheart, I was going to say boy. You've been there with me. You've loved me, my sisters, my brothers, my nieces, my nephews, my pastors, my church family, Caris Bible College, Tom and Cindy Boy, my board, my friends, my distant relatives, all of you from Facebook, all of you on Twitter, all of you guys who have been there for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm going to put a link on the end, maybe in the comment area. Maybe this is how you do it. I don't know. But I'm going to put a link in the comment area, and I'm also going to post a link on my page where you can click on that link today. I am asking you today to go on these links and buy your tickets today so I can make sure I'm prepared to feed you when you show up at the event, okay? And lastly, upon the end of this fundraiser, my whole desire, depending on how much money is raised, is to go and break ground. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for your support. And more importantly, thank you for your love. We at Esther KaiKai Memorial Outreach want to say we love you and God bless. Thank you. Okay, I just posted the link.